Welcome to a journey into one of the most fascinating chapters of American coinage, a story that begins with a small piece of metal yet stretches across the history of an entire nation. Today we are going to talk about the Liberty Quarter Dollar of the United States of America from the year 1976, a coin that holds a place in the hearts of collectors, historians, and anyone who understands the power of symbols. At first glance it might appear as an ordinary 25-cent piece, but the truth is that it represents one of the most celebrated and sought-after designs ever to enter circulation. Even more incredible is that certain rare and unique examples of this quarter are valued today at astonishing levels, with some specimens reaching an estimated current market value of $0.68 million. Imagine a coin minted to celebrate the bicentennial of American independence becoming a treasure worth more than many luxury homes. This is the story of how history, rarity, and collector passion turn a simple coin into a legend. Let us begin with the backdrop of 1976. America was preparing to celebrate 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. The bicentennial celebration was one of the largest national events in history, filled with parades, fireworks, and patriotic pride. The United States Mint decided that this great milestone deserved something truly special. For the first time in decades, circulating coins would receive new commemorative designs to honor the spirit of freedom and liberty. The quarter dollar, the half dollar, and the dollar coin were all redesigned with unique reverses marking the bicentennial, and each bore the dual date of 1776-1976. The Liberty Quarter, as many call it, carries the familiar obverse portrait of George Washington, created by John Flanagan, a portrait first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of the nation's first president. But the reverse design was entirely new. Through a national competition, artist Jack L. A.H.R.'s design was chosen, featuring a colonial drummer boy standing proudly with his drum symbolizing the revolutionary spirit, with a torch of victory and 13 stars above representing the original 13 colonies. This drummer boy design quickly became iconic, beloved by collectors and ordinary Americans alike. For many children of the 70s, finding a bicentennial quarter in change was a thrill that made them feel connected to history. The Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of these quarters with the D Mint mark, and the Philadelphia Mint struck its share as well. Proof versions were struck in San Francisco in both copper nickel-clad and silver-clad compositions. At first glance, the enormous mintage might make you believe that these coins could never be worth more than face value. Yet, as with so many stories in numismatics, the key lies in condition, rarity, and extraordinary factors. When we speak of a 1976 Liberty Quarter being worth $6,800,000 or $0.68 million, we are talking about coins that exist in breathtakingly rare conditions, or coins that contain remarkable minting errors or varieties that make them unique. To understand why, let us step into the world of grading and rarity. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing absolute perfection. Most bicentennial quarters circulated heavily. They passed through the hands of millions, rattled in vending machines, and lived in pockets and purses. Finding one today in change is common, but it is usually worn with faded detail and scratches. These are worth 25 cents or perhaps a little more as a keepsake. But the few coins that escaped circulation and were preserved carefully in pristine mint state condition can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now, when you rise even higher into the rarest grades, such as MS-68 or MS-69, you enter a realm of extreme scarcity. Imagine a coin struck more than 40 years ago still shining with its original luster, flawless under magnification, with every detail of the drummer boy crisp and sharp. Such pieces are treasures in the world of numismatics. Beyond grade, errors and varieties hold the real magic. Some 1976 quarters show double die obverse, where the motto "In God We Trust" or the date appears doubled. Others have mistruck planchets, off-center strikes, or even dramatic die breaks. Silver-clad proofs that slipped into circulation by mistake, or copper nickel coins struck on silver planchets, are some of the most valuable rarities. Each of these unusual pieces tells a story of the minting process going slightly off script, creating coins that were never meant to exist. Collectors pay extraordinary sums to own these curiosities because they are tangible accidents of history. Let us imagine for a moment the experience of discovering such a coin. Perhaps you are looking through an old jar of change collected by a parent or grandparent. You notice a bicentennial quarter, but something about it seems different. The luster is brighter, the strike is sharper, the details in the drummer's face are clearer than any you have seen before. Under magnification you see a doubling in the date or in the motto. Your heart races as you realize you might be holding a treasure. This is the magic of coin collecting, the thrill of the hunt, the idea that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary places. The market for rare bicentennial quarters has only grown over the years. Auction houses have sold pristine high-grade examples for staggering sums, and each new record sale pushes interest higher. The idea of a 1976 Liberty quarter valued at $0.68 million is not fantasy but the natural result of rarity, condition and collector demand converging into a perfect storm. Just as certain rare stamps, baseball cards or paintings reach astronomical figures, so too can coins, especially those tied to the most patriotic moment in America's history, the bicentennial. Beyond the money, these quarters carry immense sentimental and historical value. They are symbols of liberty, a celebration of independence and a reminder of the journey of a nation. The Drummer Boy quarter has become a cultural icon, instantly recognizable and often saved by families simply because it feels special. This cultural love only adds to its value in the marketplace, where passion often fuels price as much as rarity. If you own a 1976 quarter, examine it carefully. Look at the condition. Does it retain its original shine? Are there scratches, or is it almost perfect? Check the details under magnification for signs of doubling or errors. Weigh the coin to ensure its composition, as rare wrong planchet errors can be worth fortunes. If you believe you have something extraordinary, consider submitting it to a professional grading service where experts will certify its authenticity and assign a grade that will determine its place in the market. The Liberty quarter of 1976 reminds us that coins are not merely currency but artifacts. They carry stories of history, patriotism and human artistry. Each piece connects us to the people and events of the past, and sometimes they also offer financial rewards beyond imagination. The Drummer Boy quarter is a shining example of how a small object can embody both national pride and astonishing value. So the next time you hold a 1976 quarter in your hand, do not dismiss it as ordinary change. Look closely. Treasure it as a piece of America's bicentennial spirit, and remember that in the vast ocean of coins some hold secrets that could change your life. One of those rare and precious quarters might just be worth $0.68 million, proving once again that history and value can hide in plain sight.